The Transfiguration of Jesus is one of the most astonishing and mysterious moments recorded in the Gospels. An episode that reveals the divinity of Christ in a visible, powerful, and supernatural way. It all begins when Jesus invites 3 of his closest disciples to go up a high mountain. Peter, James, and John follow him, unaware of what they are about to witness. They were already used to seeing miracles, healings, and powerful teachings, but what would happen there was beyond anything they had experienced. In the silence of the mountain, far from the crowds, something extraordinary happens right before their eyes. The face of Jesus begins to shine like the sun, and his clothes become as white as light. It was a light not from this world but from God. A heavenly glory enveloped that moment, leaving the disciples in absolute awe. As they struggled to comprehend what they were seeing, another mystery unfolds. 2 men appear beside Jesus. They were Moses and Elijah, central figures of the Old Testament. Moses represented the law, and Elijah the prophets. And now they were there, speaking with Jesus, acknowledging his authority, glorifying the Son of God. This powerful scene symbolizes that all of biblical history, everything that had been revealed before, pointed to this moment and to this man. Jesus is the fulfillment of the promise, the bridge between the old covenant and the new hope. Peter, overwhelmed by a mix of fear and admiration, suggests building shelters for the 3 of them, as if the moment could be extended. But suddenly a bright cloud covers them, and a voice echoes with divine authority. "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Listen to him." The disciples fall face down, terrified by the divine presence. When they lift their eyes, everything returns to normal. There is no longer the intense light, no cloud, no Moses, no Elijah. Only Jesus, the same master as before, but now with his glory revealed for a brief moment. That final detail is powerful. They saw heaven open. They heard the voice of the Father. They beheld the radiance of eternity. But in the end, only Jesus remained. He is enough, is everything. The Transfiguration was a preview of what is to come, a glimpse of future glory, a reminder that suffering is not the end of the journey, but part of the path that leads to victory. Jesus had already announced that he would soon suffer, be rejected, and crucified. This moment on the mountain was meant to strengthen the disciples' faith before the dark days ahead. It was a sign that even in pain, the glory of God remains. The Transfiguration also teaches us the importance of stepping away from the noise of climbing our own spiritual mountain. It is in the silence, in the heights, far from life's distractions, that we can catch glimpses of God's presence. The mountain represents a place of encounter, transformation, and renewed spiritual vision. And when we see the glory of Christ, everything changes. The voice of the Father still echoes to us today. He calls us to listen to Jesus, to trust in his words, to follow his steps, even when we do not understand everything. True faith is born out of obedience. And the more we listen to the voice of the Son, the more we are transformed into his image. The glory that shone on that day is still available to those who believe. May this story not just be remembered as a miracle of the past, but as a present invitation, a call to climb, to see, and to be transformed. It is not enough to admire Jesus from afar. We must follow him up the mountain, even when the path is hard, because it is there that glory is revealed. If this message touched your heart, and if you want to climb higher in your faith, subscribe now to the channel Divine Narratives. Turn on the bell to receive more content that strengthens your spiritual life. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement today. And in the comments, tell us what impressed you most in this story. May the light of the Transfiguration shine on your path every day.